So in the demo, what you're seeing here is a typical Figma design side of things, the same one that I put in the slides. And we have a localizer plugin here. And that's where you select strings to be translated and you send them to Localizer. So the very first thing is when you're here, what you'll do is you'll say, give me some strings here. I want to maybe just select that string or select those strings. And you see that in the plugin here, you have the strings that are selected. Maybe some of them you don't want to be sent for translation, maybe those, for example. And maybe you have a login here and a login there. Maybe you want to send both of them, and there are going to be two different key value pairs that are going to be sent. Once that's done, I'm going to move to Command Center. So I'm a designer here. Now, what happens in Command Center here is you have a number of projects. You see two projects in Command Center, one that's for Figma, and that one that's for the developers. So when I send things from Figma here, it ends up here to start with. And here you see that the strings that are to be translated here, they are those strings. By the way, in here you'll also notice that you get the context for each one of the strings that have been sent from Figma. That's automatic. So search world photos here, it's a different one here. Sign up, it's a different one, and so on. When those are sent to be translated, again, it can be to different translation facilities. It will, in that instance, what I wanted to show you is in Trados Enterprise, what it looks like. This is Trados Online Editor. So a project has been created. I'm taking shortcuts here to make it really simple. But pretty much you see that if I go to login here, you get both the string to be translated. You'll get a translation here. You'll say Sanskrit or connection or something. And you have the context was captured from Figma using our plugin, going from Command Center over to Trados or to whichever. And you have this as a means to help with translation. When that's finished, so when you'll complete, accept the task and do the translation and everything else, it will be returned to Command Center, and in turns it will be available to the prototype here. So now if I go to the French view of things, you will get the translation that were returned from Trados via Command Center Localizer, and at that point you will get those items here. The other thing that happens is that keys are generated automatically. So for developers, they don't really care that it's Sanskrit in French or connected to, they couldn't care less. What they care about is how do I access my keys? Access my keys this way. So when they write their software, they need to know this more than they need to know that. Now they'll be able to validate that this is also things like Sanskrit. If they want to, they can change the locale. And with that key, the locale, if it's French, it should be this way. They can go from the UI design over to the application. So this is what happens in the Command Center. Then the second stage is going to this developer side of things and generating the keys that are there. And so from this here, when you run this analyze project, it will create the strings directly in the repository. Those are now strings that have been created in the repository. And if I want to, as a developer, I can verify things. So I can check, for example, here, I can go to the source code. And I should have picked another one, but it doesn't matter. So you see that I have the key, and I have the English file and the translated files that correspond in different parts of the directories here based on what the developers want. It's not what we want, it's what developers want. So if developers want a JSON file, it will be a JSON file. If they want keys that start with F2D, like Figma to Dev, that's what they'll have. If they want strings that have a numeral at the end, that's what they'll have. If they want other file formats, or maybe EN at the end of the file name here, that's what they'll have. Once that's set up, it's always generated the same way. So developers know what to expect, and everything is there for them. That's it from me. I'll stop sharing, and back to you, Adam, if you want to steal the screen.